You big mouth. Will, I want you to talk. Don't be scared now. No Diddy, huh? You scared now, huh? I know y'all on them tapes. Freaky. I know you is. 10 churn have. It's time to show them churns now. I ain't gonna let off here. You should have been shut this big mouth hole up. You know it. You know it. Sip your fruit bat. You know what I like. Coconut water hole. Whole one. Nobody want to see it. Nobody don't care to see the Jets no more. You running out of holes now. Go over there and get Diddy a hug. Go ride the bike with him, you fat. You know what time it is. Prom time. You ain't sent a motherfucking message since December 9th, you big bag. So we finna clock this tea right here. Renee says you want to stay keeping up. We finna talk about some real tea. Your brother over there paying people to put hits out. He over there paying people to put hits out. And running off with his money. And it's getting back to me. So now I'm finna send the feds over there to y'all mother empire. See, you had the right today, ho. You keep playing with me, I'm finna tear y'all mother empire down. Next, we gonna talk about Miss Carol.
Tia Kemp just dropped a bombshell on the internet. A jaw-dropping pic of Rick Ross getting his cheek slapped by a trans woman. And let's just say, the internet is straight up spiraling over it. Tia's been hinting for weeks that she had some dirty receipts on Rick, and now she finally let one loose, with full-on threats as the backdrop. Tia might move in mysterious ways, but one thing's for sure, she's not the type you want to play games with. Rick Ross is finding that out in the most embarrassing way possible, and if you think that one explosive photo is the end of it, you clearly don't know how Tia operates. She's got a serious vendetta against Rick, and she's coming for blood, not games. Now she's claiming to have some wild videos of Rick and his trans girlfriend getting into some steamy scenes with none other than Danny. Yeah, that's not just talk. And if that wasn't insane enough, Tia went all the way off by alleging that Rick Ross has been involved in helping Diddy silence people to keep their business locked up tight. That's not some random gossip either. Tia came through with receipts, full-on date stamps and everything. This is about to be one of the messiest exposés we've seen in a while. If there's one thing Tia knows how to do, it's embarrass Rick Ross on a public stage. And it's wild when you think about how these two were once deep in love, enough to bring a whole child into the world together. But fast forward to now, it's nothing but pettiness and revenge flying both ways. Tia's got a razor-sharp mouth, and even though Rick used to match her energy, she's on another level now, and he's struggling to keep up. These two were once so alike. It could have been the perfect match. But now, Rick Ross is deep in drama, and Tia just made it 10 times worse by coming out and claiming that Rick's been living on the down low and is actually into men.
Keep playing with me, I'm finna tear y'all motherfucking empire down. Next, we gonna talk about Miss Carol. Y'all know who Miss Carol is. You know that's behind your brother. I'm finna make sure her family sue y'all whole estate, cause that case is not closed. You know the lady that was leaving from my mama's house getting her hair done that time, and it's behind your brother and his drama. You know that. You know about the man who was in front of Black House. Okay, we finna dig up a whole bunch of motherfucking maggots right now, ho. I'm not finna play with you, you Ozempic. I'm finna finish y'all motherfuckers. Watch this.
That's a serious accusation, and it's got the streets talking like crazy. Normally, Rick would fire back with his usual play, calling Tia a bitter ex and chalking it all up to baby mama drama. But this time, he's stuck. Tia's not just talking, she's showing proof. According to her, Rick's been on the low for a minute, faking the whole ladies' man act just to throw people off his real preferences. You know how Rick always parades around like he's a top dog with women? Always boasting about how they can't get enough of him and how he's got them lined up? Well, Tia is flipping that whole image upside down. She's claiming it's all a cover to hide what's really going on behind closed doors. And it ain't what he wants the world to think. Tia's even going as far as to say Rick allegedly likes getting intimate with dudes, specifically with male escorts. And if that wasn't shocking enough, She's now exposing what she calls a full-blown fetish Rick has for trans women. She didn't hold back, saying he's got an obsession with women who were born male but transitioned to female. According to Tia, the reason for this alleged obsession is because it gives Rick a loophole. He can act on his real desires while still pretending he's with a woman. In her words, it's the perfect setup for him, a way to play both sides without having to fully come out. This drama just keeps getting messier by the second. Want to know what's really wild in all this? Tia is now claiming that Rick Ross has been showing off his trans girlfriends right in front of us the whole time. According to her, some of the women Rick's been flexing with on social media, posing with, traveling with, and making it look like romance are actually trans women. And we all missed it because, well, she says he knew exactly how to keep it under wraps. Now, a lot of people are calling Tia out, saying her comments are giving off serious transphobic vibes. But let's be real, Tia doesn't care what anyone thinks. She's not here to be politically correct. She's on a mission to drag Rick Ross through the mud, and this time, she might have actually hit her mark. This isn't even her first time coming at Rick like this. Tia was actually one of the first people to throw shade about Rick Ross and Diddy possibly having something more than just a friendship going on. She's been dropping hints and shady comments for a while now. But things really took a turn when she jumped on Instagram Live and straight up accused Rick of trying to get her taken out after they had a heated disagreement. Yep, she said Rick allegedly paid some people to do her dirty, but instead of following through, those same people flipped and warned her. That's not just some petty back-and-forth drama. This is deep and dark. And remember, Tia isn't just some random ex. She's the mother of Rick Ross's child. Their history has always been messy, but this latest round of accusations, it's next level. Before all this, Tia would just throw little jabs here and there, but ever since she said Rick put a hit out on her, that's when she switched gears and fully committed to exposing him. No holding back. That moment changed everything. Tia went full throttle with the expose, and she didn't just stop with Rick Ross's personal life. She took it to a whole other level by suggesting he might be tied to two separate deaths. One was a woman named Miss Carol, who Tia says tragically died on her way home. The other, a man who was reportedly killed outside a place she called the Black House. That name alone sent chills down people's spines. According to Tia, at least one of those cases is still under active investigation, which turned her claims from gossip into something way more serious. And once she dropped that, fans got split real quick. Some people think she's just a bitter ex trying to wreck Rick's image. But others? They believe every word, especially since Rick hasn't tried to sue her or shut her down. Let's be honest, Rick Ross is known for staying unbothered when it comes to Tia, but even he has limits. If she were lying, wouldn't he have dropped a defamation suit by now? Or hit her with a gag order or cease and desist? The silence is making people suspicious. Like maybe she's not just throwing shade, maybe she's throwing facts. Still, not everybody's convinced she's innocent either. Some folks think Tia might have been part of the mess all along. They say the only reason she's spilling all this now is because Rick turned on her. Before that, she was cool looking the other way, ignoring whatever shady things were going on. So, was she truly trying to protect people? Or was she just saving receipts until it was time for revenge? Either way, Tia's claims are hitting hard, and the fact that Miss Carol's death is still under police investigation, that just adds another layer of realness to all this chaos. Tia didn't hold back. She went all the way in on Rick Ross and Diddy, claiming Ross was allegedly one of Diddy's personal concubines, and it didn't stop there. She said the feds raided Rick's crib last year and snatched up a bunch of tapes. Not just one, but multiple tapes, where Rick was supposedly caught in all kinds of compromising situations. It's messy on another level. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it almost did. According to Tia, Diddy allegedly planned to hand over those tapes to federal agents as a way to cut himself a better deal. Y'all remember those whispers about Diddy possibly snitching on his own people to reduce his sentence? Well, Tia is claiming that wasn't just a rumor, it was facts. Now here's where it gets wild. Tia says Rick Ross got lucky because the feds were chasing bigger fish. His steamy tapes with other men weren't their priority at the time, but that doesn't mean he's off the hook. According to her, just because they're not knocking on his door right now doesn't mean they aren't keeping tabs on him behind the scenes. Fans have already been on high alert. They've been digging through Rick's lyrics and some of the stuff he's rapped about. It's got people raising eyebrows for real. It's like he's been low-key telling on himself for years and no one put it together until now. One song in particular, UOENO, has always been controversial and now it's under a whole new spotlight. In it, Ross raps, "Put Molly in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it." Those lyrics had already sparked outrage before, but now, with everything else coming to light, folks are listening a whole lot differently. When that song dropped, it blew up in the worst way. Rick Ross got hit with major backlash for those controversial lyrics, and it cost him his Reebok endorsement. People accused him of promoting serious harm toward women, and the outrage was real. He had no choice but to speak up and apologize. Ross said, "I don't condone that. Apologies for the lyric interpreted that way. I'm an artist. I'm a father of a son, and a brother to some of the most cherished in the world. So for me to suggest any harm toward a woman is one of my biggest mistakes and regrets." But let's be honest, most folks weren't buying that apology. A lot of people felt like it was just damage control. Ross already had a history of making off-the-wall and uncomfortable comments about women, and this just made it worse. Now back to the storm brewing between Ross, Diddy, and the drama Tia started. After she dropped the bomb about Ross allegedly dating trans women, things got even crazier when 50 Cent jumped into the chaos. He backed up Tia's claims and even took it further, saying both Rick Ross and Diddy allegedly got taken to Pound Town by a trans woman during some wild sessions they both took part in. And listen, nobody was shocked that 50 chimed in. He's been beefing with both Rick and Diddy for years. His drama with Ross kicked off over something petty, just a look. But things spiraled fast and even turned physical backstage at the 2012 BET Hip Hop Awards. As for Diddy, that beef's a mix of business deals gone wrong and relentless personal jabs. 50's been clowning Diddy ever since he tried to break out of his bad boy contract. So when this whole Tia mess started catching fire, 50 saw the perfect opening and wasted no time. He hit Instagram with a wild post, throwing up a picture of Rick Ross and Diddy looking like they were about to kiss, with a caption that lit the internet on fire. 50 Cent stirred the pot hard when he posted that shady pic with the caption, "I ain't say nothing, but something ain't right." And if that wasn't messy enough, he also threw up another photo, this time of Diddy hugging Steve Stout, who just so happened to be rocking a pink shirt and holding Diddy in a way that had fans doing double takes. The vibe was definitely giving something. Even though 50 deleted the posts later on, it was already too late. The internet doesn't forget. 50's got a long history of taking shots at Diddy, especially when it comes to his sexuality. He's made slick comments more than once, and this time was no different. And he didn't leave Rick Ross out of it either. Remember that infamous line from Rick Ross's track about spiking a woman's drink? Well, 50 Cent brought it right back up, claiming that Diddy allegedly had a hand in it too. He shared a screenshot of the lyrics on Instagram and paired it with another questionable photo of Ross and Diddy looking real close. He captioned it, "What the F?" At some point, you gotta just do the right thing. Like, this man was going in. And just when you thought things couldn't get messier, an old video from 2018 suddenly resurfaced and it had everyone shook. In the clip, a man being questioned straight up said he was involved in some wild activities with Diddy. He even called himself one of Diddy's freak-off slaves and dropped a bunch of names, including Rick Ross. The man also claimed he caught STDs from being involved in whatever was going down with Diddy and Ross. Yeah, it was that serious. So when it comes to Rick Ross's name being tied to Diddy, it's been wrapped up in chaos for a long time. And between Tia's claims, 50's trolling, and these old videos popping up, the mess just keeps getting deeper. But with Tia now coming out swinging with fresh claims about Rick Ross getting wild with his trans girlfriend, it's about to explode even more. Word is she's sitting on videos of his girl taking him downtown, and if she drops them, man, the internet's gonna melt down! And let's be real, His enemies are gonna have a field day with this if those tapes see the light of day. Tia's not just bluffing either. Every time she makes a threat, she follows through. But something tells me Rick Ross isn't just gonna take this lying down. He's probably gearing up for a savage clapback of his own. And it might be even messier than what Tia's dropped so far. This drama? Far from over. These two are just getting started, and if you thought it was wild already, you haven't seen anything yet. While we wait to see what blows up next, check out the next video. It's got even more scandal than you thought possible.